Somewhere, a gull cries. Somewhere, waves crash against the rocks. Somewhere, a siren calls. But here, in Three Ducks Tavern, we would like to welcome you to Wither and Bloom Studios' submission for Kraken Week 2024! Hello, I will be your captain, dungeon master, for the night.
Don't steal my job.
One and the same, really.
I rolled
You're
for
the
this.
captain of the
dream of it.
storytelling?
Yeah.
Ah, yes.
Captain of our hearts.
In other words, welcome to Wither and Bloom Studios, welcome to Three Ducks Tavern. I am Atticus Fiorito, your dungeon master for the night, and welcome to Kraken Week. Today, I am joined by 6 wonderful players, and we're going to tell you a seafaring story. So without further ado, let's jump into it.
Yarr.
Alrighty. On the Sea of Doter, the world of Atania, we find a massive ship sailing across the seas with bright red sails, 3 in number, of a triangular shape. The Raging Quipper and its loyal crew sails the seas. Having recently stopped on the island of Rook, picking up a lead of hunting down an old foe, the crew makes their way towards the island of Yosa. But who mans this crew? Captain Echo Windwhisper. What are you doing on this fine seafaring afternoon?
Feeling the breeze in my hair. Man in the
Wonderful, wonderful.
man in the wheel.
Awesome. Nate, would you please give a description of your character?
So, my character, Captain Echo Windwhisper, is an Air Genasi. So in the classic Air Genasi description, we've got the blue skin. We've got about mid-length hair, very unruly, as if this person hasn't seen land in their entire life. Or a pair of clippers. The hair itself is sort of standing on end, flowing from side to side with the breeze, almost unnaturally, like nobody's hair that you've ever seen. Medium height in stature, thin but strong. He has confidence about him, and as the boat sways with the ocean, he almost looks like he's not even swaying with it. Yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful. As you survey the ship that you command, standing ever loyally at your side, KavLaz. What are you up to?
KavLaz prepares food and nourishment. KavLaz has very good cutting skills with multiple cleavers. KavLaz will make a very fine dinner this evening. Very nourishing, very much rich in protein.
Wonderful, wonderful. Would you be able to give a visual description of KavLaz, please?
KavLaz, tall, Simic-hybrid, Valdalkin. Very minimal features in face, not much nose, blue skin, tall, manta wingies, tentacles, things, tall.
Excellent, excellent. And as these two stand, I'd say around the wheel area of the ship, Meeks Welton.
Fancy hat.
One hand on the wheel.
We're not done.
Wonderful.
We're not done. Don't forget that.
Not that fancy, round fancy.
I love it. Meeks Welton. What are you up to on the Raging Quipper today?
Well, let's see. I'm of course at the bow of the ship, ever on the lookout for my arch enemy. But I'm always thinking of a new tune, a poem to put together for the likes of the rest of you, and to possibly give you a little bit of inspiration, of course. I'm a dashing, aquatic half-elf, definitely in the latest fashion. I've got a beautiful suit of chain on top with a nice tunic underneath. I carry a well-made shield with my religious symbol in the center. Now, don't get me wrong, I am a bard, of course, at heart, but I have had some teachings in the religious arts, so be prepared to hear something or other from me in those regards. The suit of armor is nicely embellished with occasional seashell to mark my new commitment to the sea. Not exactly new, I guess. And when I catch him, I'll rip him limb from limb.
As well, KavLaz. Rip.
Dice.
Chop, 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 chop.
Excellent. Excellent.
In
Excellent.
the stew.
Yes. Much protein for Captain.
And as you sort of look out at the waves in anticipation upon the bow, Boomstick Buchanan. Where are you located, good sir?
Well, crikey, mate. Well, Boomstick is on the far end of the ship, and he's got his head so far in the cannon that you can't even see him. And as he speaks to you guys, all you hear is an echo. Boomstick reporting for duty, mate. Boomstick is green and blue scaled, and he's got a fiery blue and red mohawk with these beautiful orange ears extending about a foot off his face. He's got a nice scraggly beard coming down off the mohawk. Now, Boomstick also has a left robotic arm that has many attachments on it. It's a little bit steampunk. And the arm is connected to a backpack that is also quite intricate with a lot of different nibs and nabs. And he's got a nice leather-clad jacket, and he is a Triton. Yes. What are we saying in class?
If you'd like.
He is an artillery artificer.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. And as we have just seen descending into the lowest regions of the ship, we will now take a gander at the highest region of the ship. I presume in the crow's nest. Calypso Drake. What are you up to?
Well, I'm just sitting up there. I got my legs through the slats of the top of that crow's nest. I have my dagger in one hand and a chunk of wood in the other, and I'm just shaving it down, strip by strip, just sharpening and carving away. The occasional pull-up of a droplet to, wet the skin, keep moisturized and cool. I'm just shaving away, looking around at my surroundings, seeing what's going on.
Wonderful, wonderful. Would you be able to provide us with a visual description of Calypso
Yes.
Drake?
Calypso Drake has a sea blue skin, a nice tint to it. Her hair kind of matches. It's a little sea green hair. She has not much with her. She's got her daggers and she's got a crossbow strung along her back. She really only carries, the clothes on her back and a nice big satchel at her side. You never know what's in that bag.
Excellent, excellent.
Bad.
A worthy pastime for a worthy lookout. And lastly, but never leastly, Thrain Stormshield. What are you up to on the Raging Quipper this
Okay.
day?
Now, just clarification. Were you below deck, or is the cannon at deck level?
That's a good question. I pictured me. Was I allowed to be below deck?
Yeah.
I'm below deck.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So then I'm deck level. I didn't know if you were in your description. It sounded like you were deck level.
Yeah.
I'm deck level. Maybe I got my back to the mast of the lookout over here, but I'm just, I'm just hanging out, and I'm polishing up my armor.
Yeah.
I take good care of this, fancy plate armor I wear. I'm just sitting there, enjoying the breeze, enjoying this beautiful day, just polishing it up. Just working piece by piece. And what you see is a burly, dwarven, long, scraggly beard, red in color. Braids to the side of the beard, center, all bushy, long. Hair just down the back. Leather tricorn hat. And he's just right next to him is a double-bladed great axe. Just sitting there, leaning up against the side. He's always ready.
Nice. Excellent.
Itching
Excellent.
for it, man.
He's itching for it. Yeah.
Ah, yes.
He's always looking for a little something.
A fix?
Just
A
you know,
fix.
he's definitely got a pint of ale next to him too.
Yeah.
I definitely totally forgot to mention that Calypso is a water genasi rogue.
Wow.
Did not say any of that information.
Good to know. Good to know.
We'll figure it
all
out.
around.
Yeah, she'll come around.
Well, this is your crew. This is our crew.
Woo!
And as the salty sea air greets your nostrils, your hair, your eyes, the information that you have received, your destination, tosses and turns in your mind. The island of Yosa. Small. Unfamiliar to most, if not all of you. Calypso. Looking out on the horizon, whittling away, fulfilling your lookout duties by taking notice of what seems like a small bit of land, ever so slightly east of where you are.
With that, I stand up and I go, Captain,
Aye.
land off the. It's in the front of the ship?
Roughly, yes.
That'd be port bow? What is
Front
it?
of the ship?
Yeah,
The bow.
the bow, yeah. Land off the bow.
Aye! Lando!
Yes!
Crocky!
Did somebody say ho?
Oh my god. Not for
Nobody's
you.
talking to you.
Not for you.
Amazing.
Hey, Boomstick!
Yes, Captain.
Get your arse out the fucking cannon!
You hear like someone run up the stairs, but like on all fours. Aye, aye, Captain. Me. What do you need?
We got land.
Land! Yes, supplies. I'm gonna kind of like go up deck and like kind of catch a view. Looks nice. As you all looking at me, I'm covered head to toe in soot.
Perfect,
I'm
perfect.
gross, dude. Yeah.
Can get
Wonderful.
yourself a bath.
Well, so I see that. I can see
Yeah,
it
yeah,
because
yeah.
you're from the front, right?
I'm not quiet.
I'm too far from you. Never mind.
All right.
I'm gonna the rag I'm using to polish my armor. I'm gonna throw a boomstick. Boomstick, clean yourself.
I'm
up.
gonna slap.
Ah, yes.
But how far out are we?
How far out would I see?
Looks about 2 or 3 miles.
Not too far. A couple miles.
What's that in inches?
Lots.
Now,
Lots. Quite a
now we
few.
believe we have a
Quite a few.
heading that he's
Prepare for landing!
Not
All
quite
right.
Bird.
Wonderful.
Captain, are we beaching the Quipper? Or shall we drop anchor and take a ding?
You're right. Just drop the anchor. Once we get close.
Closer than 2 miles.
Exactly.
Wonderful.
Rowing that thing forever.
The winds fill the sails of the Raging Quipper as you press on ever so forward in the direction of what you presume to be the island of Yosa. After a considerable amount of time, as it is no short distance, you see the image of the island get ever larger as you near it.
Magic.
Anybody who would like to can make a history check for some information about the island.
I would like
I'm a
to.
little dumb.
I would love to.
Wonderful, wonderful.
I'm back to whittling. I'm just.
Totally.
Useless.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
We're starting off strong.
History's
baby.
real much.
All
It's gonna be a
So-
25.
Perfect.
Oh, shit.
25.
We'll
from
just
the
roll
boom-
with that. Mine's not hitting that.
Okay, great. So,
Captain
Boomstick,
gave it.
Let's be real.
you seem to recall being out drinking one night and hearing some old man talking about the island of Yosa, some strange place with myths and legends strewn about it. You remember hearing some drinking song about an island that seemingly rested on the back of an ancient dragon turtle. A living island.
I'm gonna kind of like creep up behind Captain. Hey, Captain.
Aye.
I've heard stories about this island.
Aye.
Can I share?
Aye.
Okay. So I've heard that like it's on the back.
Can't hear you over the fucking waves.
I've heard that it's on the back of a dragon turtle. And there's legends and myths and dangers.
That's incredible.
Crikey, mate, it sounds like a fun place, isn't it?
All right.
Just want to warn you about that. Yeah, appreciate it. I've heard about it before. All right, goodbye.
And with that conversation, you have the best view of the island of Yosa that you have had in the span of coming up on it. You see trees. You see what looks like a semi-verdant expanse. Thick rocks around the outskirts on some edges that seem more angular and rocky. A cliff face on one side, moving down slightly on an angle. All wooded. Like a loose forest. Gulls circle above, a small ecosystem. And as you come around the side of it, you see what looks like smoke coming up from behind the tree line. And as you continue, you see on what seems to be some form of beach, a small settlement? You see kit-bashed wooden structures around between 9 and 12 of them. A few fires here and there, and then you see movement.
That looks rather nice over there, don't you think?
I see fire.
Nice.
Cooking fires.
What do you suggest?
Well, perhaps a small dinghy. We approach stealthily,
Aye.
Anchor.
Agreed.
cautiously,
that
anchor
correct?
boat out of view.
Stealthily. We're in a
We're in a giant
Dinghy.
boat, but
Giant
we take the
boat.
dinghy. We take the little boat, and we approach close.
Right.
Because we can't
This
really
little
dock.
boat is less threatening than big boat.
How close is the large boat to the shoreline at this point?
I would say roughly 1,500 feet.
They see us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
Absolutely.
see us.
All right. Well, then let's catapult over there. I don't know.
Someone say catapult. I have a
Don't
catapult.
get him excited.
I see.
I can catapult us over there.
1,500 meters.
Careful
You
what
said
say.
1,500
Yeah,
meters?
Don't give Boomstick
Roughly.
idea.
It's like a mile out.
It's quick.
Word.
It's a quick way over.
I
that's all
mean,
I'm saying.
how deep is the water from here? Is it visible?
I'll say make a nature check.
Word. You know me and my nature.
Fucking sucking that too.
It's a 12.
It's not shallow.
Gotcha.
Can I search for signs of a dragon turtle?
Yeah, absolutely.
Investigation?
Yeah, I'll give you investigation on that.
Yes, thank you.
It's
Well,
going to be a 24.
24. You get the sense in moving around the island as you did, possibly the shape of it could be reminiscent of a shell, but there are no visible signs of the living organism.
Shall we go?
so we'll go in a bit further until about 800 meters, or until it looks like way too shallow.
Sure.
800 feet.
Yeah,
Sure.
absolutely.
And then from there we'll drop the anchor.
Excellent.
Word.
Perfect. You let loose the anchor, you hear the loud sound of the chain as the anchor heads down through into the depths, and you are locked in one place. Are you all leaving the ship, or are you forming an away team?
Oh God, I'd love to go land. Let's get off this boat.
Is it just us, or do we have like NPCs aboard?
There's some crew, isn't there? Yeah, because
Okay.
don't we have a crew of like
15?
and we make up
Yeah.
the chunk of that?
Okay.
Yeah,
So there
we're
are people
six-
to watch the ship
6 of
while we're
15.
gone.
Yeah.
How easily can you move through water?
I can swim and I can breathe underwater.
Okay, like how fast?
30 is like my movement for
I think I'm the same.
Cool. You have
I do have a question for DM.
Hit me.
Would it be safe to say that being the lookout for the time on the ship, I would have acquired like a spyglass?
Absolutely,
Okay,
yeah.
perfect. I figured, but I just wanted to make sure.
Totally. Yeah.
You. Dingy.
Looks like we're staying behind.
What?
KavLaz dropped dinghy.
Wait
All right.
I need supplies.
Wait for the signal,
You
lass.
still dirty?
Lad.
Since I'm standing next to you now, I'm gonna
Lad,
pull up
Fluid.
some water from the ocean. I'm gonna rinse you off.
Why?
You're
All right.
dirty.
So who's the away team?
This is earned.
The three
We're
of you?
only sending 2 on there?
small little group, you know.
All right. So Echo, Meeks, and KavLaz.
Oh, the captain's going with? Okay.
All right.
Man the ship.
You all pile into the dinghy and lower it into the water. Detach from the Raging Quipper, and I assume paddle your way towards land. Oars, all that
Yeah.
jazz.
Yeah.
Oars and whatnot.
Indeed. You make your way towards what can only be assumed as landfall. There is this small beach-esque section that still seems to be laden with rocks.
Right.
A intermixtion of sand, gravel, and larger rocks. You're able to pull up the dinghy onto this small beach area, quite close to this perceived settlement.
Right.
And now that you're as close as you are, you gather that it's not exactly clean. You can see it to your left on some of these rocks, kind of scattered, are intermittent pieces of driftwood, large pieces of what looks like was once a boat. And you gather that some of these structures that you saw from the boat and also now in front of you do seem to be made of this aging, mossy wood. And that's when you see the resuming of that movement. You get the sense there might be people here.
Interesting.
How far away would they be? Can I see from where we're standing?
I'd say they're roughly 100 feet out. Not very
so
far.
Not far at all. I'd like to just kind of give a wave. Hello, friends! We bring you no ill will whatsoever.
None.
It's good to see you.
You see a very small crowd of roughly 15, 16 people, all dressed in what seems to be like dirty, sandy, seawater, wet rags.
Come,
Very castaway.
let us break bread together. You seem in need.
Columbus over here?
You see,
Yikes.
stepping out from the crowd, you see this this tan, sunburnt human man with like curly, graying hair and a
looks
big
nice.
patchy beard. Kind of steps forward. Hello.
Good day to you.
Good day.
How's the day treating you so far?
Peacefully.
Tell us, where are we exactly?
Well, you're on the island of Yosa. Welcome to our humble home.
It's our pleasure. Thank you.
Where, who are you? Where do you hail from?
Well, our most recent travels have brought us from the island of Rook, to be most accurate, but we live on the sea. We travel about, meeting people much like yourself. Exploring, shall we say.
Well armed, it seems.
Well, you can't never be too well armed on the sea.
It's a dangerous place.
I agree.
Chop, chop.
Pokemon?
Chop indeed. Good fellow.
KavLaz is next to dinghy in water still. Securing dinghy for water.
Thank you.
Excellent, excellent.
And splash into water, come up with fish.
You can absolutely do that.
Less
That is
words,
wonderful.
save time.
I love.
KavLaz chops fish,
carves all the guts out, cleans fish,
Oh,
makes sushi, give to people.
Sure.
This is the bread we were talking about.
You approach this individual. He kind of like takes a step back as you approach him, you can tell he's never seen anything like you before. As you hand him this sushi, he kind of like stares at it for a second.
KavLaz says, almost forgot, takes out a little pouch, sprinkles a little soy on.
Oh my god.
Much better
Delicious.
now.
Thank you. I appreciate the offering.
He's a fantastic cook.
Eat.
He kind of sort of like pulls it over into one hand and takes one. And... You were right. He is a fantastic
I told
cook.
you. Yes.
What are your names?
KavLaz.
It's a pleasure.
Meeks Welton.
And I am Captain Echo Windwhisper.
Oh, it's a pleasure to meet you,
What
Captain.
is yours?
Oh, I am Derry. We're my friends and compatriots and I. We are the residents of this here island. Here, come and sit with us. We have a fire going.
Do you mind? We've got about 3 others on the ship. We didn't want to frighten you.
Not at all. Bring them over. We are peaceful people.
You just
here.
see us like peeking from like the side
I
of
got
the
a
ship.
question.
Hit me.
Are we close enough to the fact like I can be seeing this interaction?
I
Or is
will-
it a little
I'll
too...
With
say
your
that
spyglass, you
Yeah,
can
with
like
your
that.
spyglass, you
Yeah.
can absolutely
I've
see
been
them.
watching the whole time.
I figured
like,
as much.
end of the ship, like, looking, kicking my feet, like...
I've moved from polishing my armor to sharpening my axe.
Oh!
Okay.
And
All
I
right.
think I think I'm a little too short to see over the edge. I'm about 4'6".
Oh,
So like
wonderful.
I'm like climbing up, like
too,
looking.
you
a
You're
little.
4'6".
Yeah.
Can I
Wow.
insight check
I'm
the
4'10"
weird peaceful
and a
people?
half.
Oh, wow.
Yes,
The
absolutely.
half matters.
We're little guys, dude. A couple of little guys.
The half matters.
That's gonna be a 17.
A 17.
On average.
On a 17,
4, 5,
absolutely.
7.
You are able to read him like an open book. Derry seems to be a fairly innocent individual. When he says we're a peaceful people, you can see he's sincere. The way that he is looked at by the people around him, they trust him.
Okay.
Don't be alarmed. I will draw my sword for but a moment and drop it. Understood.
Sure.
I'm gonna turn the ship and sort of wave the ship down, pull my sword, and drop it in the sand.
Okay. That's like...
That means
Pretty-
peace.
Pretty clear fucking signal.
Did you, like, tell... Did you, like,
KavLaz
have somebody else
wags
that's driving the boat?
fishtail.
I'm gonna turn to them and just be like,
I told him to
it's
mend
the
that.
all clear. Okay. It's the all clear. I'm looking through the thing.
I'm
Captain's
gonna like
weapon.
as soon as I see that I'm like, oh man, I kind of like disassemble my catapult I just made.
Oh my god.
KavLaz wave fishtail at you.
We're going
Put
ashore.
this stuff together.
We're
Do we
going
have a
ashore.
second dinghy?
Anything.
Do we
I
have
would
2
assume
dinghies?
so.
Oh, we can come ashore. That's what that means as
Yeah.
well. I'm gonna do like a forward dive off the front of the ship, and where you would think I would fall into the water, I'm actually just going to forward roll on the surface of the water. I have innately casted water walk,
Fucking Sonic?
and I kind of just like I kind of just like saunter and like roll towards like the
All right.
shore.
Yeah. Doing a little.
The
You
dwarf is
can't
like,
swim, can you?
what the?
Do we have a second dinghy?
I don't know,
discuss
Captain.
this.
Captain, do we got a second dinghy?
I would assume so, like if this was like
Yeah.
a typical move.
Yes.
You know.
Yes, we can say that you have a second dinghy.
You
that
getting in the dinghy?
that you take a sail.
I'm swimming.
First day at the helm, y'all.
As I kind of
Great.
jump aboard the island, I kind of like
Fucking just
jump and
roll
like do
myself.
a roll.
Everyone's just swimming
Greetings,
and or
greetings.
fucking
Oh.
walking.
How do you do?
Uh,
Roll myself over.
well,
Good.
KavLaz swims
Boomstick.
out to you, helps tow you out.
Derry.
Hi, KavLaz. Thank
I
you.
come
Captain?
ashore. Ah, so you met Squeak. Calypso, nice to meet you.
Derry,
I
a
shake,
pleasure.
and after I shake, I kind of grab all of my hair and like wring it out.
All right.
My hat back on my head.
Excellent, excellent, excellent.
That was a new move
As
you had
Thrain
there,
is coming
sweetie.
ashore in the dinghy, rowing furiously through the waves, I'm going to actually pull out my full set of bagpipes,
Oh,
inflate
God.
them,
Oh,
and I'm just
God.
going to start playing off a bagpipe tune to sort of celebrate the coming ashore.
Holy crap.
Fucking amazing. Fucking
Are you hitting me with inspo already?
bagpipe inspiration. I absolutely love
Wow.
Bagpipe Bard has something that I have never seen before as a DM, and I fucking love it. So now the entirety of your main kind of inner circle of the crew is now made landfall. You see Derry and some of the other islanders have kind of gathered around this campfire. They're kind of passing this what remains of the sushi around.
Can I
all
just
sharing
be
in it and
uncomfortably
marbling it.
close to the fire?
Oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. You're kind of just like staring into it.
A little bit, yeah.
Sure.
Lost in the sauce.
Can
Captain,
be.
I left Chad in charge.
Not Chad, bro. Why Chad?
He was on deck. I don't know. He was on deck.
You see this. You see this human with like a mop of dirty blonde hair, kind of like. You can barely hear him from.
Chad?
Chad has pointy head.
He's been on the boat for like 9 months.
I've never seen him.
Not bright.
I'm fucking
Pointy
with
head.
you. Yeah, Chad gun up the ship.
Alrighty.
Chad,
Derry
great
kind of
ship.
takes notice of the group of you. Is like, come join us, please. What brings you to Yosa?
Go on.
Well, I guess I'll jump in right here. Put the bagpipes down for a second. I get a sort of, I would say, a kind of vindictive look about me. My posture shifts. We're, amongst other things, hunting an individual.
Oh,
We've gotten a lead that he might actually be on this very island.
well,
Do you know a man by the name of Derek Phobum?
I can't say that I've heard of him. We don't get many travelers in
He's a
this.
sailing man, short, bad of posture, sweet, meek, but don't be fooled by his outer existence, his saccharine nature.
Uglier than a feral cat.
Shit
He's a
bird.
killer at heart.
I see. Well, as I said, we're not really prone to the touristy types, and most of us were that before our time here, but we haven't really seen much. No one really comes and goes.
Tell me, I'm curious, how did you come by this island?
Oh, well, our ship, Magnificent Husband, it crashed here.
Your ship's name was the Magnificent Husband.
It was a tourist attraction, yes. We're all relatively decent off individuals from Emberfell, actually.
Did you all own this ship?
No, the old captain was renting it out as part of a sort of a delicacy cruise. It was an interesting affair. We crashed here amongst the rocks, and we decided to stay.
Interesting. Well, it seems like a nice enough place, but for people that were well off, it seems odd that you wouldn't attempt some escape back to your opulence.
Some
Yes?
of us did. A woman by the name of Shauna, I believe, left here recently by raft. She seemed quite desperate to leave, but the rest of us, we've found a loose happiness here.
Did you take anyone else with her?
No, it was just her. She,
Hey,
And what was her name?
Shauna,
Shauna.
how about you, spell that?
Shana. And Meeks, you would actually remember a woman by the name of Shauna was the one who told you about this place.
Ah, good to know.
Yeah.
This woman, Shauna, You said she was desperate to leave. She left in a hurry.
To a certain extent, she refused to let go of her fear and embrace a peaceful life here.
And how long ago did she leave exactly?
A few weeks, I would say.
Interesting. Well, I don't want to dominate all the time here.
I am currently pulling out a little sack I have from like my backpack. And
Okay.
I'm kind of like grabbing some sand and like mixing it in the sack, and like I have like a metal little rod here, and I'm kind of mixing shit up.
Okay.
I'm doing something.
Can I do a perception check of everybody? I just kind of want to look at. It's more than just this person.
Absolutely,
right?
yes.
Okay, that's what I figured.
Yeah, there's a.
As I'm sitting here, I just kind of want to look around. I want to kind of get a feel like. First, are they wealthy people? Like, I want to kind of look at them.
Yeah.
And see what I got going on.
Since you're surveying, are you surveying the crowd or the nearby locale area?
The people that we're talking to.
Then I'm gonna say make an insight check instead of a perception check.
Okay.
What was the name of the ship again?
The Magnificent Husband.
16.
One would think they might have named it after me had I ever gotten a chance.
Keep dreaming.
Unique.
Keep dreaming.
Only
On a
had one true
16.
love. You know this story.
That's why I thought weird. You said
The
husband.
name is an oxymoron.
Had I ever gotten the chance.
Okay.
I'm lamenting, KavLaz. Just go with it.
On a
Your
16,
lament.
you get the sense that, true to Derry's word, there is a possibility of a former wealth. In the rags of some of these people, you see what seem to be faded, expensive dyes. There's this little girl who seems to be wearing this tattered dress that is a faint lavender that might have once been a magnificent purple. You see one man kind of standing with this kind of like small little scratch across his face. He looks a little worse for wear, and he's wearing this like tattered red doublet almost. These people, they seem like they were once well off, but they don't seem despaired, is what's interesting to you on that 16. You get the sense that they stayed here willingly.
Okay. What is the little girl doing?
She's just kind of surveying the group, it seems. As Derry said, they don't get a lot of travelers through here. You are all a very interesting sight.
I want to walk up to the little girl,
Sure.
and I just want to, walk on up. Hi. My name's Calypso. What's yours?
Hi. You're really pretty.
Oh, you're really pretty. What's your name?
May.
May. Want to see something, May?
Sure.
I'm gonna crouch down next to her. I'm gonna pull out my carving that I had been working on.
Yeah.
And I just want to sit with her and kind of show her how I do it, and just have her watch.
Totally, absolutely, yeah.
I'll make some small conversation.
That's so cute.
What kind of particles would I find in the grains of sand?
Particles?
Are there like remains of seaweed? Are there like some animal remains going on?
Sure. I'll say that, yeah, you find the occasional
Precious
green
cousin.
dried seaweed speck. There are some larger rocks, what seem like little broken pieces.
Palm trees?
One or two. You see, there are these occasional specks of driftwood, seemingly from the wreck of the Magnificent Husband. Just general beach detritus.
Interesting. I'm gonna kind of put those in my little pouch and kind of break off little tiny pieces, kind of grate them up a little bit, kind of mix them in there, and you see me kind of just pick up the pouch and kind of mix everything. you know?
Okay.
And then get my little spoon, go back to doing what I was doing.
What?
It's like I acted, nothing
Holy
happened.
shit.
Just out of curiosity.
Yes.
Boomstick's presence on the beach doing this stuff.
Yeah.
Is he relatively obvious to the people that are kind of around
Oh yes.
Okay.
He's
Can
making
I-
Yeah,
But like
meatloaf.
as I do
there's
this,
a solid 3 or 4 islanders that are just kind of watching him nervously.
can I
Of
make
those-
eye contact with them as I do it? Just like,
Of those 3 or 4 islanders, do I spot one that looks particularly, say, approachable?
Yeah. I mean, you see, there's this this older man, silver hair, kind of like splayed out in the wind.
I'd like to approach him,
Sure.
and I'd like to sort of walk up, put my arm around him, and say, "Friend,
Yeah.
come,
Moving
walk with
fast.
me, talk with me.
Sure.
You sort of remind me a bit of my father. I'd just like to let you know that, despite what you might hear, and we're walking away from everybody at this point,
Yeah.
despite what you might hear from us as we sort of crash onto your shores and present ourselves with all of our newness, I'd like you to know that everything you've heard so far is in fact a lie.
Oh.
It's a front that we put up to sort of sound like typical adventurers. The fact is, we are on an incredibly important mission of science. And that one over there is one of our key researchers. Now, he's got a job that is most important. And what we could use from you, number 1,
Yeah.
I want you to spread that word amongst your people. I want you to let them know that our mission of science is most important and can help them. And while you're at it, anyone on this island who might be willing to lend a hand in that mission, have them come speak to me. I'd be willing to reward them most handsomely.
KavLaz runs past them both up tallest coconut tree, goes to
Okay.
the top and plucks coconut cracks with cleaver. Glug 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 glug, puts into his web. Unwanted tentacle. Another coconut crack. Glug glug glug. Coconut water, very good for you hydration wise. And then takes coconut and starts shaving with cleavers. Takes a little palm frond and starts to put shavings into palm frond, and then looks around. Perception check.
Go for it.
Are you
Onto the
tentacled
aisle.
to
Yes,
the tree?
Sure.
Yes,
Terrifying.
KavLaz has 2 tentacles.
Wait, you can hold on with the tentacles and do something with your hand. Oh, I love that.
Feet firmly pointed on trunk, tentacles from under armpits holding onto trunk, hands with cleavers, coconuts.
Meeks has a weird crush on KavLaz.
Oh my god.
Great. Wonderful.
Perception check to top of island, up into woods further off of shore.
Absolutely. Go for it. I'll say make it with advantage due to your height.
Ah, very good.
what is it?
It went from a 2 to a 3.
Start strong.
So, yeah, that would
They're
be
trying.
a 9.
You're kind of lost in the coconut sauce.
So much
You
coconut.
drunk the coconut
Yeah.
juice
Oh
right
my
now.
god.
Put the
So
lime
good.
in
I
the
was attempting to
coconut,
do that
stick
with
the
deception to sow a
Absolutely.
kind of rumor.
Yeah, go ahead and make your roll.
That's going to be a 22.
Yeah.
I see
You see this old man kind of looks at you like with like the approval in his eyes. Yeah. Well, we'll do all well. I'll spread the word.
And if you should need anything from me, you let me know.
Yeah, we'll do.
Derry,
Yes.
how long ago did the Magnificent Husband crash?
Well, it's hard to keep track of time here, but
Been here a while?
it's felt like a few months at least.
Does it seem like their level of settlement would be more than a few months?
Yeah, that's what I was just gonna say.
Good question.
I would say it all seems very kit bashed.
What does that mean?
It's
Cobbled
very.
together.
It's kind of desperately strung together with whatever they can find.
So that makes sense.
Like,
Rich people know how to build.
yeah, like you see, there is like, as opposed to like a cottage put together with trees and mud to seal the cracks, you see there's like they've largely depended on where the rubble of the ship has landed. It kind of feels almost path of least resistance-y. Like there's the front end of the ship kind of has like a little indent to it that they seem to have hollowed out, so that they kind of have the curve of it is used as like a natural roof instead of finding a way to create their own hidey space. But it seems as if it is a bit weathered by the elements. So I would say it seems like he's telling the truth.
Okay. A few months. All right.
Can I sit up next to Derry for a second?
Yeah, sure. He kind of like
Kinda
inches
like
away
scuttle
from you.
over and I kind of like sit down. Oi!
Yeah.
Where do you get your dyes?
Oh,
You see a lot of fantastical colors around here.
well, I wouldn't know about the rest of us, but before coming here, we shopped from all over. Various fanciful shops and
So nothing around here?
no.
I'm gonna walk away.
Wow.
That's not very nice.
He seems a little disheartened by that.
You can kind of tell he's a little type
Is he
A.
freaking the kids out?
I mean, you see, there's like one little boy who kind of like inches behind a woman. There seems to be a general unsettling presence about your feral tinkerer friend.
It's fair. It's fair. I'm moving a mile a minute, baby.
Yeah.
Up here.
KavLaz comes down from tree with pouch.
Can't afford it. That's my superpower.
Palm frond
Alright,
and
loosen it.
shaved coconut in.
Yeah.
Wraps it, dunks it in salt water, and
Okay.
puts on next to the fire, hot rocks right now the fire, steaming coconut.
You see, Derry kind of like takes notice of the. What are you?
KavLaz says, saw nothing from tree. 9 perception. 9 perception.
I'm gonna have to say no on that. You kind of. You looked around, but you were kind of distracted throughout the process of looking around by like maybe clearing out a little bit of coconut juice out of your eye.
Of course. Coconut juice always in the way.
Derry kind of sees what you're working on. What are you doing there, friend?
Making snack.
Oh, wonderful.
Rolls the pouch over. And rocks, hot rocks.
Excellent.
Meeks.
Did you say you were the captain, sir?
Aye, sir.
I must ask, why stop here? We're simply a
Well,
humble group.
my friend here, the one with the sweet tongue. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not so sure I follow.
Well, he's got a.
Bagpipes
Come
not
down
only
with
thing he
something.
play.
Consumption.
All right. He's got a bit of a tragic backstory.
Nothing.
He's a friend of my father, and he had a love. You know how love goes. This nasty fucker. Gotta kill him. So we're searching for him. Among other things, adventure and treasures and helping people in need.
Fancy. Fancy stuff.
Well, there's
But we're gonna kill him.
there's not much in the way of nastiness around these parts, to my knowledge,
We'll bring none nastiness to you.
and that's very much appreciated.
Aye.
But if you're on the hunt for nastiness in these parts, I suppose there is something of note that you might want to know about.
Well, these men have got enough diseases as it is.
Well, then, you should be aware of one thing.
Aye.
Petri dish.
The reason why,
Oh, adventure. Okay.
the reason why Shauna left those weeks ago, she was fearful of something on the northern side of the island, just through the trees behind me.
How far?
Not very far. It should only be a few minutes walk.
Oh.
It's a small island, as I'm sure you're aware. But there is a small system of tunnels that we found. Seemingly regular kind of rock formation. We didn't make them. We don't really know of anything.
Boomstick!
Yeah.
Tunnels.
Tunnels.
Come.
Oh,
Continue.
boy.
You can already tell Boomstick was staring at you.
You should know. There's something in the tunnels.
Dark
There's
and cool.
As tunnels have things
roughly,
in them.
yes. Through them, and then mostly in this larger room to the back, there was this great big mass of coral. It was strange, and it glowed in a weird way.
Aye.
And Shauna's sister,
Aye.
she took a piece off and held it, and Shauna said it killed her.
Oh.
Aye.
Am I with you? Are we together?
Sure.
Right
Sure. You coughed.
now? Right.
Right.
Shauna said the coral killed her.
It killed her sister, yes.
Her sister, I'm sorry. I was drifting a bit. There was a
Does-
song coming.
Shauna know the difference between causation and correlation.
She seemed in hysterics when she spun the tale. And
Coral joke.
we never investigated. Perhaps we should have, but you seem very...
What did the cause of death?
Oh.
I don't know. I wasn't there.
That's a good question. All right, we'll check it out.
Thank you. I appreciate it, and I wish you the best in hunting for your vicious fucker, as you said.
Aye, thank you. You're learning already the ways of viciousness.
I suppose so.
In return, if there's anything we can use to help prepare our ship, usual wear and tear.
There's no need for that. We're all quite happy here.
No, I mean like supplies.
Ah,
Coconuts.
Gunpowder.
oh yes. I'll have some of my friends look through the wreckage, and we'll see if we can muster up any
I
sort
can
of
help.
reward for you.
I kind of chime in. I hear look through, and I'm like, oh,
Well,
I can lend a hand.
I'm certain that any assistance would be appreciated.
I'm more than happy to oblige.
Captain.
Calypso.
Captain.
With that, I want to kind of finish that little carving that I was working on with that girl that
Yeah.
I'd started up top. And like some resemblance of like a heart, something simple. And I'm gonna give it to the little girl.
She takes it in her hand, and looks up at you, and just like, wow. Thanks.
You take good care of that.
Okay,
Don't let anybody break it.
I will. She kind of just like clutches it close to her own heart.
I give her one of these like
Nuggies.
nuggies, and then I
And
turn around.
that girl grew up to be Chapel Roan.
Let me get here.
Anyway,
Are all your sets of tentacles doing it?
All tentacles. So hot to go.
Yes.
Oh, coconut and pouch, hot to go.
pink pony called
Oh.
Anyway,
Captain.
Aye.
I think I should investigate the tunnels.
I think we all should.
I go with.
Though I find out how she died.
But I think we're gonna have to put your leash on you.
I think tying a rope would be nice. Say something bad happens. The
Say
best
you
way to
run
get me
off
out would
like
be
you
to
did
blow
last fucking time. You always run off. Blowing shit up. Caving us in.
I study. I need to study what happened.
KavLaz tied bowline around You. Silk rope.
I go investigate. Coral?
Okay.
Coral
Holds
murder.
on
Never
with
seen a coral
tentacles.
murder.
We should all go together.
Agreed.
All right.
And you're welcome to come unless you want to look through things.
Well,
I
should
know
we
you
see-
like to be nosy.
Nosy?
Yes.
I don't know if I'd use that word. Do you think there could be anything in there we
Say-
could use in the tunnels? There might.
Are you walking and talking while having this conversation?
Probably.
All right.
I would say we probably haven't set out. quite
No,
yet.
if anything,
We're
we've
still
moved,
like
2
discussing.
feet.
We're still discussing. So are we still in the zone of dairy?
Roughly, yeah.
I'm gonna just kind of,
AutoZone.
in a sort of nonchalant way, an unsuspecting way, I'm just gonna wander over, maybe to Boomstick, maybe a little bit further away from dairy, so that I'm sort of out of eye shot, but within 60 feet,
Roughly.
roughly.
Sounds great.
And I would like to sort of begin very quietly to cast Zone of Truth on Derry and the general area around him. And that has a duration of 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So once I'm done casting that spell, I'll finish with Boomstick and saunter back over to that spot
Sure.
while the rest of them are preparing to go.
yeah.
Derry, I'm curious.
Yeah.
Just the idea that you are so desiring to stay on the island seems strange to me. I mean, I love my freedom. I love to be able to explore the seas and to move about. And while this is a lovely home you have here, I'm just curious, again, what was it that caused you to stay? Or what drives the desire to stay on the island?
Faith.
Faith in...
We,
I know you know the rules of that spell, but he can't tell a lie right now.
I know.
Okay, good.
He needs to make a saving
I-
throw.
Does he?
He needs to make a saving throw.
Oh, fuck that.
Fuck him.
Hey, Todd.
Come on, DM.
I rolled a 2.
I'd like to tell you you succeeded, but...
So, yeah, I know.
Okay, good.
He's not lying to you.
Oh, good. Because I'm just convinced there's something going on here!
I got you. I got you.
Okay.
Well, we
Paranoid.
crashed here, and then we quickly recalled some of the legends about this place, and we found them quite believable. Thavijos, the turtle that we exist on the back of, has been a fruitful home for us. We've found various proof of his existence. We've dedicated a shrine to some of his scales. You can see over there, and then and we've found safety and security with him.
So, you did mention faith. You worship the turtle.
Yes.
Interesting. And you don't feel like the turtle could awaken or decide to... Turtles do swim in the deep depths. I mean, there are children amongst you. You aren't worried at all about their well-being, perhaps?
Of course we are.
But you put your faith in this turtle.
Yes.
And if the opportunity presented it to yourself to leave, how many are there approximately?
Roughly 30.
30? Could we fit that many on our ship?
Taking
Not yet. Not
So,
yet.
according to the stats of your ship, the maximum amount of people you can have on your ship is 30, and you have a crew of 15.
Okay, so we can.
We take half.
You can take half.
Women and
Okay.
children?
Potentially.
Women and children, please.
can-
Well,
Oh.
given putting the math aside, last question for Derry is, and if the opportunity presented itself for you to safely leave, or at least give others in your group, should they wish to leave, the opportunity to break from the group, would that be something you'd offer to your people?
I wouldn't withhold it.
Wonderful. You're a good man, Derry,
As are you, Meeks. I like you.
and I like you.
Thank you.
I'm going to see what they're up to over here.
Wonderful. Best of luck with your endeavors.
Thank you.
Captain.
just think you should know that these people are crazy.
Alrighty.
Fucking crazy.
So what are y'all up to? Where you headed?
We're gonna go
Wreckage?
check out the tunnels, right?
Wreckage?
Yeah.
Is the
All right.
wreckage on the way?
The wreckage is right off to the left of this settlement. If you're staying on the beach.
Calypso wants to check out
Oh
the wreckage.
Oh, that's insane.
Name change.
Is there any loot? Is there any
Yeah.
way.
I'll say really quickly, for the sake of time,
Jelly fits.
I'll have you.
If I was over there,
If you were over there during the conversation, if you were over looking for some loot,
maybe I went from the girl to there.
from the girl to there,
Yeah.
while Meeks was having
Yeah.
that conversation, I'll say that those two things can happen at the
Okay.
same time. So I'll have you roll a investigation check, and I'll also roll for. We'll say that there are 2 NPCs nearby you who.
Investigation is a 22.
Okay. Absolutely. So the 3 of you are kind of going through. There are these 2. They look well-statured. These 2 young-ish men, maybe in their late 20s, human. They look very similar, like they could be brothers, maybe. And they're going through the wreckage with you, kind of tossing and turning, and you find yourself moving a piece of driftwood out of the way, and you see this crate,
Crack that shit open.
and you crack it open, and there are 6 vials of what look like this, like silver and gold liquid that kind of churns in amongst itself.
Ooh. Yeah, I want those.
You can absolutely take those.
I'm taking those.
You can absolutely take those.
Word.
That's pretty much all you find.
Okay.
Yoink.
In the bag they go.
Absolutely.
In the back.
Before going to the cave, should we see if I forget the woman's name?
Shauna?
Shauna.
Shauna,
Does she have a tent or a place that she was staying?
I agree.
Ah.
She was staying with pretty much the rest of us. We've made a small little hovel out of some of the hull. Most everyone sleeps there at night.
30 of you.
Big ship.
Big hovel.
Would you mind if we took a look? We'd love to see where you live. It's such nice,
Not at all. Go for it.
nice accommodations.
Yes.
Wonderful. And we can let ourselves in?
Yes, of course.
Oh, thank you. I promise we'll keep it in perfect tip-top shape.
As we walk out of your shop, I'm going, you're such a fucking lie.
Can you lie in the zone of truth?
The zone of truth is a... Hold on a minute, please. The zone of truth, I believe, is a concentration. No, it's not. I could stand just outside of it.
Truth zone.
Because I don't think you think is nice.
What's that?
Nice accommodation.
Plus, a lie and I'm going to say that, especially as Yobad, one who's an expert in deception, the difference between a lie and untruth is notable, right? I can say we're going to leave it in tip-top shape and have every intention of leaving it in tip-top shape, and if I happen to break that, it's not like we'll go back to the zone of truth and there'll be like a red X over my head saying, no. So I intend to leave it in tip-top shape. How about that?
As I'm behind
Aye,
Meek saying that, I'm just gonna go, top shape?
The group of you kind of presses on into this hovel kind of area. It seems, in addition to being made out of some pieces of this ship, there's also a significant portion of it that seems to be dug. Like they made more room by digging into the sand itself. And you begin going through. There are some of the other islanders that kind of send you in the direction of wherever Shauna was resting. And you don't really find much.
I know you said the ship crashed due to a storm, you said?
Yes.
That wasn't me talking, I was asking Addie.
Oh,
Yeah. But you would have had to get that information from someone.
No, I thought it was said already. As in-
Oh.
I don't know if it was.
I don't know if it was.
Okay, then.
I don't know if it was.
How did the ship come to be on this land?
We came across a very mighty storm. Strewn us out across the rocks.
Can I investigate the damages?
Absolutely, yes.
I'm going to do that. It's going to be a 23.
Yeah. In going over the wreckage, it doesn't seem like there's falsehood to this tale. However, the damage looks extreme. There are a bunch of chunks of this ship, of this ruined ship, that do seem to be intact, but there are some that have just been reduced to splinters. On a 23, you get the sense that this was not a normal storm.
Looks like something you might have pulled off with some of your toys.
If I'm lucky.
So,
I want to walk up to Captain Echo. Well, where are you, in the front or the back? Let me ask that.
I'm in the back. I'm watching everyone.
Okay, so yeah, I'd come up next to you, and I want to pull one of those vials kind of slightly out of my bag.
yeah.
And do a little, like, Captain,
What is it?
have you seen one of these before? Maybe a little, like, medicinal, and I'm going to give it.
Give it a little shake.
And I'm going to go, Captain, don't be so obvious.
Can I roll a medicine check on this?
I'm gonna have you roll an Arcana check instead.
Arcana check.
Uh-oh.
Do I clock this action here?
What's your
I feel
passive
like you were
perception?
talking to-
Passive perception 17.
Absolutely, yeah.
Look.
That's a fucking 2.
Oh my god.
Good job.
Thanks.
Unfamiliar.
Am
what
I
do you
still
got?
in the
I'm gonna
region
take it
since I'm
back.
hanging out with them?
In my bag.
Yeah.
What do you guys want?
Can I?
I'd like to look in.
Could I have a look?
Yeah.
What? What?
I'll
you
cast
said no to me.
identify.
You cast Identify.
Yes.
You might break it.
All right. You gaze upon this odd vial of silverish gold liquid. The Identify spell takes hold, and the information floods your brain.
Tell me.
This is a potion of waking. Upon drinking it, it gives you the full benefits of a long rest.
Oh,
Lovely.
You have 6 of them.
Yeah.
you would tell that to me, right?
Of course I will.
Okay.
I'll bring it back to you and I'll be like,
This sauce.
so this is the equivalent of sleeping at night. The whole thing. You get it all. It's good stuff. It's like a Red Bull in a tiny little fire.
What's a red?
What's a red?
Like the animal?
Must
Yes,
wings.
precisely.
Oh.
The
It's
ones
a
from
magical
mythology.
spell
Oh,
that
with
gives you
wings?
wings.
Yes.
You
wings?
fucker.
Like the white
Well-
bull, but not the one we wanted to do the thing.
Oh my god.
Holy
oh my
shit.
god.
So,
So I'm
tunnels?
gonna,
Question mark?
I'm gonna say keep it. Keep it.
I can keep it?
Yeah.
Oh, you're lovely. Thank you.
Smeeks. Could I smell it?
Oh my god, and I'm just gonna give you another one. Oh Jesus! No.
Can I smell it?
yes. It's kind of
Basically in my nostril.
Bro, it's not poppers.
you take a fat hit off
You
of
just
the
got a
potion of
bump.
waking.
Off of the potion.
Potion boom.
Yeah, you. The scent of sweet honey fills your nostrils. There are hints of spearmint as well. If you've ever had like a sleeping tea, it kind of has that similar
Do not drink it.
smoky vibe to it.
Can I hold on to it for a
Did you
second?
get a
Because
short
you're gonna
rest
be-
off of that?
Well, no, because I'm.
Yeah, you can spend a hit die.
Sick.
Yeah.
While you're in the tunnels, I don't want you to have to worry about that. I can hold on to it for you.
Miss, I don't know why you're talking down to me.
I'm not talking to
Maybe
you. I mean,
weird,
you
but
are
I'm-
shorter
but I'm
than
not
you.
using
You're short.
And
To the tunnel!
Captain's order.
Let's go to the. Well, before we go to the tunnels, can we look inside the sleeping quarters? Since we're on our way out, can we just make a pass through there really quickly? Since we were told we could go.
Yes.
You did.
We did go.
He said we went to where she was sleeping and we found nothing.
Yep.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought we were looking at the wreckage, and
It was kind of, I think,
A little bit of...
yeah,
All
it was
good.
kind of like cross
All good.
over, yeah, but
Okay.
both of those things did happen.
Good. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah, so
Sauce. Fancy sauce.
Fancy sauce.
you
Please to
proceed.
give fancy sauce. KavLaz once cooked with fancy sauce. Fancy sauce?
You don't want to cook with it.
She got a mean Dayquil recipe.
Oh.
Yes, please.
You
Cook
did
with it.
find
At some point, yes, maybe.
Maybe we won't cook with it, but I will distribute them to everybody, but I'm holding on to Boomstick.
Do I get one?
If anyone can handle potions, it's Boomstick.
All right, let's save it for later.
All right.
Thanks, Calypso.
Are you done?
Ooh.
Be done.
You journey through the rest of this small civilization area of the island of Yosa and begin to traverse the thinly wooded northern section of the island. It's roughly a 20-minute walk. You find yourself trekking through this still somewhat rocky wooded area.
Is it me or does this turtle smell like ass?
I would like everyone
smell,
to
yes.
make I would like survival checks all around.
Oh, yikes.
Oh, that's bad.
Yikes.
Oh my god.
Survival check.
Baby. Oh,
Okay.
wow.
Oh,
That's
wow.
a 22. 17.
That's gonna be a 9 for me.
Oh.
Really?
Meeks is.
I got an 11, but I'm gonna use Flash of Genius to add +5.
Sure.
I got a 22.
16.
17.
22, 17,
6.
6.
Y'all suck at surviving.
What a group of scallywags.
So,
In all honesty, critical fail.
Oh.
Plus 2.
all right. So,
Wow.
KavLaz is completely kind of like you're walking through this tree area. You're kind of taken aback by some of the moss on nearby rocks, kind of like collecting whatever you can find that might be a cooking ingredient. You don't know. A couple mushrooms here and there, some bark off a nearby tree, maybe.
But tentacles.
It looks edible.
Tentacles.
With your high rolls, Calypso and Captain
But
Echo,
tentacles.
Right.
Yes.
after a little ways of walking, you see that there are these two trees that have roots that just continue going down on the side of a small elevation. And you look down and you see there is this opening, this hole in the ground.
Right.
It seems to lead down into some form of tunnel.
You seeing what I'm seeing?
Meeks.
Tunnels. That's tunnels.
Meeks, I would love from you
Oh,
a
boy.
perception check.
Oi, matey, isn't it?
And anyone who wants can also jump on
I
this.
want to do it too.
That's gonna be a dirty, unwashed, filthy 20.
Okay.
Wow.
On that.
Sorry,
on that.
22.
Oh,
Mine was,
I knew.
mine was a
And
21.
DP20.
nasty 20.
I'm gonna roll on 20.
Oh boy. Oh.
I got
Filthy
+20.
So, on that dirty 22, and anyone else who rolled will also take note of this.
Adds it in. 21.
You look, and in addition to these two trees, it kind of frames this opening in visibility, where the wood seems ever so light. And you look down on the ground on the other side of this hole. You see footprints.
Oh.
And you follow the footprints,
Large.
and you see the edge of the island itself. And off in the distance, a boat.
I want to take out my spyglass.
You can do that.
Can I get a closer look? Like,
Yes. It seems to be of a similar size to the Kipper.
Oh.
And on the side of it, it reads Bunty 2.
Bunty what?
Bunty two.
This was my moment, but you have the spyglass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna lower the spyglass upon seeing that, and I'm just gonna look over at Meeks. I'm gonna hand you the spyglass. You should take a look.
I know, that's what the man in the sky said earlier, but let me check.
Yeah.
Well, would you look at that?
What is it?
That out there would be the exact fucker I've been looking for all this time. Can I see him on the boat?
No.
Wow.
How far out at sea?
Roughly, I'll say 500 feet away from the island.
500 feet.
How much Skyglass back?
Of course.
I saw Dick, but is there a coastline? Like, we're looking over the coastline, right?
So dick.
You're kind of standing on this almost
Kinda cliffside?
side, yeah.
So can we see any beach or rock, like where it would meet the water on
No.
this side or no?
But if you approach the cliff edge, you find sticking out of the top of the rock a piton with rope around it and dangling down the entire cliffside.
Captain, he's on the island.
Looks to me like he's either come ashore or he's attempting to leave. Could I see with the spyglass, was the anchor down on the boat or was it adrift?
The anchor is down.
Trees around cliffside.
Yep.
Where-
In a thin spread, yes.
Can I just have clarification
KavLaz goes up tree
on
to get better view down to cliff.
Gotcha.
Sorry.
on the footprints? Were they what we followed to like the edge, or were they going into the tunnel, like the way that when we
Yes.
saw the roots?
Edge to tunnel.
Okay, so did you see those footprints?
I did, and it looks to
Okay.
me as if our friend is in the hidey hole.
Should we sick a little boom over here on him?
For me.
Yeah, you know what to do.
I'm gonna go.
Cave.
I'm in diving headfirst into the hole.
Piton.
Oh
Sure.
my
That's
God.
dumb as
Yeah.
Holy shit!
I still have rope on.
I'd love a dexterity
you
saving
had
throw.
rope on?
Wait. You've had rope on for like a half hour now?
Well, yes, we discussed this.
Hold
Putting your
on.
foot
Around
down.
now.
So boom.
You're not even looking as I dive in. You get like yanked. Like,
I certainly grab onto you.
KavLaz
You're
gets
in it
sucked
now,
in.
Robotnik.
I'm in,
Give me a
baby.
dex save.
oh.
KavLaz.
Okay.
18.
Wait, is he close to me? How close is he to me?
Yikes.
He just jumped in the hole.
Oh, he jumped in the hole.
They dove
Yeah.
head first.
Oh, okay.
On an 18, I'll say that you get off without any damage. There are some little vines and pieces of moss that you're able
How
to
far
kind
does
of
he
like,
fall?
He falls.
roughly 10 feet.
Wait, so
You guys hear like the laugh
How-
echo from the cave?
How far hole from cliffside and tree that KavLaz went up?
The hole. Now that you're up in a tree, I'm gonna say roughly 60 feet. The hole is roughly 30 feet away from the cliffside.
30 feet away from the cliffside.
So KavLaz gets dragged down tree into hole. 50 feet rope.
Did you tie rope around
I
him?
tied rope
Like
around
a half
them
hour ago,
a
yeah.
long time ago. Yes.
Oh my God.
Then yeah, you're yanked off. I'm gonna say that you're yanked
kill
off
him.
of the tree at least.
Sorry.
Yeah.
You're gonna kill
You take 4 points of bludgeoning damage.
Fuck yeah.
Just to get you, woken up.
Someone had to do it first blood. Yeah.
Unless you
In the
wanna,
hole with
unless you wanna glide and reduce that.
If-
I would think that. Fuck it, yes. I'll take the 4 points.
Okay. Yeah. So you,
KavLaz breaks first blood.
yeah, you hear poof as KavLaz just hits the floor. Boomstick, you are in this. Do you have dark vision?
Where would I see that?
God
Oh, yeah,
bless.
60 feet.
Wonderful. So you're standing in this tunnel. It's a very tight space. It's roughly 10 feet on either side. It's kind of like cylindrical in shape, and you look forward, and there's a very thin, narrow passageway.
Does it seem something that an animal would have carved out?
Make a nature check.
Can we just back up a few steps?
Yes.
As I sort of looked at you and said, you know what to do, and you dove headfirst into the hole. There was a lot of activity going on, and I wanted to. Number one, I'm standing there, arms folded, with a very sort of joyful smile on my face at the commitment to my compatriots at their desire to help me in this.
Yeah.
And I would have given I would have given you bardic inspiration on the way down the hole.
Totally.
Which at this level is a D10.
You're a god, dude. You're a god.
All
I
right,
can use it on
carry
anything.
on, please.
Yeah.
Nature check. I am going to use Flash of Genius again. 18.
On an 18, I'll say it doesn't look like something an animal made. And on an 18, you see that it almost feels like something not naturally forming. It also feels like you're on the exiting end. It feels like there was something that used or carved out this pathway to go out.
It's a birth canal.
That's a bubble.
Wow.
Is it moist?
Very.
Very moist.
Oh,
Can
yeah.
I?
And not
Dove head first
We
into the
just
moist
entered-
turtle hole.
Into
You
the
see-
turtle hole.
Head first out.
Head first in.
Booty hole troll.
Are you actually licking the wall?
No.
No,
No,
you made that
don't do
motion
it.
though.
I did not. I want to inspect the kind of like smell it.
Yeah.
Kind of like what is it?
It smells absolutely disgusting.
No, it's the butthole.
It smells, but not disgusting in like a shit way.
Okay. Is it the...
It stinks of death.
Oh.
Oh.
I'm gonna kind of like scoop a little bit
Ew.
off the sides of
Ew.
the wall.
Ew. Ew.
You're touching it?
Ew.
You
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
You're a fucking idiot.
Oh my god, why do you touch shit? Literally.
You're lucky. You take 1 point of necrotic damage.
All
Yeah,
right.
Good bad meat.
I'm-
Don't eat.
Levitating
Don't
down
eat.
after him.
You
I
can
cast
absolutely do
it
that.
without material components,
Perfect.
but as I'm levitating down, you hear the captain go.
Oh my god. Stop.
You know, that sort of thing. You know.
As the bard, I approve.
I fuck with it.
Aye,
All right.
just fine down here.
I want to quick pop off at the entrance to the butthole or whatever this is.
Sure.
Just a quick divine sense.
Absolutely, yes.
So a 60 foot, within 60 foot, celestial, fiend, undead, or anything conceived or affected by the Hallow spell.
Upon activation of your divine sense, you look at this entryway, and you are instantly met with the sensation, the sight, the smell of a necrotic decay. There is some form of intrinsic degradation about this space.
As Captain is levitating down into the hole,
Don't tell me it wasn't bad. You know?
I don't feel too good about this.
Yeah.
There's a lot of death coming from
Gotcha.
this area.
So who's all down there? We've got the
bet it
captain
is
is
from
down
you.
The
there.
captain and
for me.
Boomstick.
Boomstick.
And right now they are the only two people who can fit. They're kind of sort of smushed together. It's a very tight space.
Oh.
Captain,
Oh.
Captain, are you going to continue
Aye,
for weeks?
aye.
For weeks.
I've got a light.
I'm gonna immediately kind of like pull out this torch I have from my back and kind of just like I have like one of them flints on me basically because my
Yeah.
arm is a flint. I can light it up.
Yeah, totally.
As it
You kind of
blows up
like
the
Indiana
tunnel.
Jones this shit and hold it out. Nothing really reacts to the fire.
Thank God.
I'm gonna kind of pass it back. I'm gonna kind of like pass it back
You
to
want
Captain, but as I
fire.
do, I'm gonna kind of get lost in the fire for a second.
Oh, okay.
And I'm
Oh, so you're a pyro.
So,
Of course.
Nice.
approximately how long is, how big is this space?
You're standing in what seems to be like a 10-foot by 10-foot cylindrical space with a little
Okay.
bit of an incline down. And then this opening seems to be about 3, maybe 4 feet wide.
Gotcha.
It's a crawl space.
Gotcha.
I'm going in.
You're gonna shimmy your way in?
Yes, sir.
Before he does that, I'm holding him off. I'm gonna peer in. Give me 1 second.
As Boomstick begins to move in, will that create room for us to come down behind them?
Totally, yeah.
Absolutely.
And is there a safe way to get down the 10 feet without jumping in, or?
Yeah. There are some vines here and there on the walls that you can climb down.
All right, I'm actually going to start to descend into the space as well.
I'm gonna
Roll a d4 for me, Tom.
A D4.
As you're intentionally climbing down.
I'm gonna.
Any
cast-
modifiers on that?
No.
Sorry.
Yeah.
A 3.
You take 4 points of necrotic damage.
Oh.
You feel
Wow.
pain coming from some of these vines.
Wow.
And you look at your hands, and it kind of this greenish, black, gangrenous matter is there, and you kind of wipe it off on your shirt. It's a little
Yucky.
painful way down.
Does homeboy KavLaz get pulled in as I go deeper?
Oh my god.
Oh.
Do you still have the rope on you?
It shoves Meeks through the tunnel.
Oh, shit.
Still have rope, yes.
This is incredible.
I'm just looking
Then
at you.
kinda, yeah. Unless you're like firmly standing there and trying to keep him from moving forward as it goes taut. But it's 50 feet,
I'm like,
and he hasn't moved 50 feet yet.
I'm like pulling
But
a plug
feel
through
rope
and just dragging
being
everybody
dragged,
in.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you definitely feel him moving.
As you go down, maybe toss rope to you.
Okay.
Thanks. In case we
Do I
get
notice
separated.
anything around the tunnel? Like, are the foliage and stuff maybe around
keep
it?
the
Is
leash
that dead
short.
as well? Like, I just
Some
kind
of
of want
it.
to look. Yeah.
Some of
Boomstick.
you see some dead plants. The grass seems withered and tan. It doesn't seem very friendly.
So I have a better understanding. If you're standing here and like the tunnel is like, can you see straight like the path on the top?
The opening?
Yeah, I'm not painting this very well, but so
I
you
think-
have the opening of the tunnel.
Yeah.
Can I see like the top layer of grass? Like if I were to look straight down and like down's the tunnel? Does this make any sense?
It does. And I know what you're asking. Are you trying to see if it is circular tunnel and then a clean break all the way through to the top where you're standing?
No, I'm trying to see if there's like a strip of dead grass on the top of the tunnel.
Oh!
In the direction that the tunnel
Yeah,
takes?
I'm
Yeah.
gonna say no.
Okay.
Good.
As I get
idea.
like stopped by the captain, I'm gonna kind of turn around and like grab the torch,
Okay.
and I'm gonna kind of bite it off at the end, like right before the flame part, and then I'm going to kind of catch it with my hand. And I'm gonna,
Fire?
There's a little bit like that I could hold that's not flaming.
Sure.
It's still cooked
And then I'm
the
going
shit
to
out
I'm
of
gonna kind of like put it in a jar, and then I'm going to kind of like seal it, and it applies this coating that allows the fire to keep going and provide some oxygen into the jar without extinguishing it.
All right there,
It's
Rambo.
magical tinkering.
Oh.
Okay.
I was like,
You know what? Since you're using magic, I'll allow you to magic spit your fire torch.
Let him cook it.
Sure.
But it's science.
holy shit.
I'm going to roll the jar into where I'm going.
Oh.
Yeah.
Very smart.
All right. I jive with that.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh,
Late game trickle. Fuck.
little tickle.
He poked the bear.
Tickle
Oh
and a
my
trickle?
god. Holy shit.
Roll a death save.
A tickle and a tickle.
Oh god.
Oh, shit. What's up with my pickle?
Fuck, dude. Oh,
Oh my
What's
god.
happening?
I don't know.
I don't need to know about your pickle.
Sorry.
Says the guy who's head first in the moist turtle hole.
What do I see in this cavern?
So you're moving through it, right?
No, I'm watching the jar roll and looking at what illuminates.
It's not a clean roll. It's not a straight way forward. There are turns and things.
Then I'm following the jar
Okay.
from like a 5 feet distance.
Give me a flat dexterity check.
You made it through the sphincter?
Ooh.
He's traversing the
A
sphincter.
flat dex save?
Yeah.
That's gonna be
Check.
a dex check. It's
Okay,
a
cool.
9.
No, it went down.
You take 3 points of necrotic damage as you brush past some of these vines and moss, and that same greenish black substance kind of rubs onto your shoulders and arms.
I would normally
stings.
I would normally inspect that, but I'm a little too preoccupied on said fire
Okay.
and following.
All right. So Boomstick is moving through this pathway,
So
or
are you moving?
and is Echo following? Who is following?
I'm following.
I'm following.
I need flat dex checks from both of you as you
Alright.
traverse this thin
What are we
passageway.
doing?
When you say flat, you're talking about ability, but we can add the modifier, correct?
Yes. When I say a flat ability check, I mean it's
Yeah.
just a check.
Yeah,
no
we're not going-
skill
we're not going into
associated,
skills.
all that jazz.
I'm giving you
What are
guidance.
we doing?
You give me guidance?
Yeah.
Guidance die for you is a 4?
D4.
D4? Thank you.
Cute.
I love it, I love it. That will make me a 19 on my dex
Okay.
check.
That's a 3, baby.
So Meeks, having encountered this odd substance on the vines coming down into the space, you manage to narrowly avoid. However, Echo, you do not, and you take 1 point of necrotic damage.
Oh
Is Echo behind me or in front of me?
Echo, are you behind Meeks or in front of Meeks?
no! I should be behind you.
Okay.
I touched you on the heel.
Hearing you yelp because of the damage you're taking, I'm also going to turn around and give you bardic inspiration.
It was actually like quite a girlish yelp. He sort of went.
Yeah, well, since you're the
Okay.
only one who heard my Madonna inspo song a minute ago,
Holy moly.
I'm giving you the inspiration.
Oh, thank you.
Do I lose my inspiration?
What?
Life is a
Do I
mystery.
lose my inspiration?
No.
No, you
Okay.
just do that.
So you use it. You're going
So that's a D10. At any time, you can use a D10 to modify one of your rolls. The only thing is, you can decide to use the D10 after you make your roll, but before you know whether or not the roll succeeded.
Gotcha.
So, I want to turn
Dead by Daylight
to
work.
Thrain. Because we're the only two that are not in this
3.
tunnel. Oh, 3. I forgot. Well, you're slowly getting pulled in.
No,
No,
you
you,
gave
you
a
Oh.
passed the rope
Oh.
to Meeks.
Pass the rope.
Bird. Okay. So I'm going to turn to them and I'm going to say, you know, why don't you guys stand watch? I want to go check something out really quick. Right over there.
Aye.
And I want to walk towards where the dinghy is tied up.
You have to go down the
Down
hill.
the-
What
Like
dinghy?
You
down.
have to go down the
The
cliff
dinghy's not.
with the rope.
Oh, is it far?
You're
It's
talking about the Bunty 2?
the
Yeah.
Bunty 2.
It's 500
The
feet
Bunty-
up
Oh
the
no,
sea.
they didn't
Yeah.
have a dinghy.
No.
No.
Oh.
I was gonna look for a dinghy, but we couldn't see
Yeah.
the.
There was
I
not, you
thought-
cannot see one.
Oh, I thought there was a
But there
dinghy.
is.
How tall?
But there is
You get the sense that it is roughly 400-ish feet tall.
Holy shit!
Lot of rope going down that thing.
Can I go cut the rope?
Yeah, absolutely. Easy enough.
Nice.
Cut the rope.
Gangster. I like it.
Cut the rope.
You definitely you
yeah,
do
I'm
that.
bringing the rope. Like I'm holding the rope, cut the rope, and I'm gonna.
Yeah, no pirate would abandon 400 feet of rope.
I'm not. I'm walking with the rope back.
Cool.
to the crew.
Actually,
And
Yeah,
I'm,
you
as
absolutely
I
do that.
I
walk
have that
back
too,
to you guys, kind of outside the tunnel,
Actually,
I'm
would've
just
been
gonna like.
resistance, but I have that too, so it's fine.
Want some more rope? Very out of breath.
It's that,
Lots of
but
rope.
for
Yeah, it was from the. It was just on the cliff back there.
400 feet.
Are we?
KavLaz coils rope.
You're
I'm gonna
quit
sit down.
400 feet of rope.
What else are we doing?
You're gonna help.
We're gonna
KavLaz
follow.
used tentacles.
No.
Yeah, you have multiple arms to under this rope.
You should tie the rope and then go in.
You're saying
Do
it's
you
resistance, not
want
guidance.
to check rope?
For anybody who's gonna
All the way down
correct
there?
me,
It's around this time.
Mental life.
You've been in the tunnel for a few minutes now,
Alright.
traversing it steadily.
okay.
Boomstick. You keep watch faithfully on this lantern that you've been rolling, and you hear it roll out, and you see briefly the light expand upwards and then go out.
It went out?
You realize, or go up and then downward again.
Okay.
And you realize you've reached the end of a small tunnel.
Oh,
I'm gonna kind of
Come
like.
out, and are you listening at the end of it?
Yeah.
You hear this cracking sound, almost like someone is mining something. You hear the steady clink, clink of iron against what might be rock, and you hear this deep basso voice on the other end go, Derek, what do you plan on doing with this stuff even? What's the end goal here? And you hear another voice. Well, In due time, you'll see. Clink, clink.
I'm gonna turn around
Oh my god.
and like look at the rest of you.
That was terrifying.
It's like Gollum.
Good job, Boomstick. That's why we love you.
Oh, ew.
Put that
I
away
didn't
for
like
later.
that in like my.
Mohawk.
Mohawk? Okay.
Mohawk.
Great. I love the clarification, buddy.
All right.
All
In
right.
this past like 5 minutes of us wondering what the fuck we're doing at the top of this sphincter, I'm assuming that Meeks has disappeared from view in the
Yes,
tunnel.
all three of them have.
We gone.
I'm just gonna give like a quick. I'm gonna give a quick little call down the tunnel. Meeks, can you hear me?
Would I be able to hear him?
Yes.
What you got?
Should we come in? How far does it go?
We're not in very far. I think you should come down. Watch out, though. There's some kind of nasty substance on the wall that's causing some real pain.
Hey,
Bang.
something
Hey.
on the wall.
Pain.
I'm gonna start climbing down.
Oh.
Okay. You begin to make your way through the tunnel.
Yeah.
Flat dex check, please.
Yeah.
I'd probably
Atticus, I have
go
a
with
question.
Hit me.
Did my jar shatter? Was there a fall, a drop off?
Yes.
So not save, just Jax.
Just dex, yeah.
16.
Okay. You avoid taking damage.
KavLaz jumps
Yeah, I
down.
was gonna
Yeah.
jump. Yeah.
Dex checks from both of you. And for Boomstick, yes. And as you hear the sound of glass rolling on rock, you hear that deep basso voice go, fuck was that?
16.
I'm immediately.
13?
How?
16.
You're good.
How far is the drop? I was listening.
It doesn't sound far. It's maybe like a little step.
Okay.
Is there like a dry patch on the ground somewhere that seems
Yeah.
clean? I'm sort of gonna like cup my hands like this and just go, casting thaumaturgy, and creating harmless tremors through the ground.
Absolutely. You hear the sound of
It's harmless.
from the other-
Harmless.
you hear the sound of rock
Keyword harmless.
and kind of trembling, and then you hear the sound of numerous
Colon.
blades being drawn
Fuck.
from this other space.
Captain, what's the plan?
Have we caught up to them?
I'll say by now, yeah.
Okay, cool.
You were moving at a quick speed.
With that
Quick sphincter
tremor. What'd you say?
Quick sphincter speed.
Quick sphincter. Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
fast transit IBS because shit. With the tremor, I probably would have readied a weapon.
Sure.
Question though, how wide did we say this space
I was gonna say,
is?
what does the
Between-
tunnel turn
Not
into?
wide. Like, could I
You are
hold
in
a
this-
crossbow?
I'm gonna say no because it
Okay.
is roughly between 3 and 4 feet wide. It's a crawl space at best.
Yeah. So then I would ready my rapiers.
Go for it. Absolutely. You can kind of like
Yeah. Like the little
limberly.
the flare spins.
Yeah, absolutely. All
I
right.
can create a cloud for us to
Holy
enter.
So what are you doing?
We could flood them out.
You hear
little
that
enema.
deep voice again. Derek, what's the plan? Hold your ground. Whatever it is, it'll come to us. What would you like to do?
Waiting on you, Captain.
So the three of us are up close to this entry point.
Yeah.
You're in the front.
Yeah.
I'm right behind you. You're behind me.
We can make him a distraction.
There's only two of them.
Who's playing?
It's
damsel
how many
in
swords does it
distress?
sound like?
Who's playing damsel in distress?
Roughly maybe 2,
Would you
maybe
like
3.
me to do
Hard
that?
to tell.
Yes.
I'm
sir.
pretty good at those things.
Yes, sir.
Captain, I like the way you think.
I think often.
I'm going to, in my best performance and deception, play the part of a distressed woman in the tunnel.
Holy shit.
Sure.
Gosh.
And I'd like to call out all of a sudden, is there anybody there? I seem to have fallen in a hole and there's a lot of stuff on me that really hurts, but could anybody come to my aid?
I am absolutely fucking confused.
You
with the
hear-
plan here. I don't know what the move is.
You hear-
Let's begin.
Come on out, little lady.
Oh my god, Predator.
It seems I can't move though. I might have hurt myself.
The bear.
I'm going to,
Then
as you're
that.
doing this, I'm going to cast fog. 1 second.
That's a lot.
Fog cloud, and at the entrance, a 20-foot radius sphere of fog comes billowing out of this cave.
20-foot
we're
sphere?
in. Yeah.
On my
Okay.
signal, I will drop the fog and we will attack.
You're the boss.
Keep playing.
So we're all waiting on just your word, and we're all going to roll out.
Oh, you want on my word?
No.
No, on Captain's.
Captain's word.
Yes. Keep playing the damsel.
All right.
Sorry about the smoke. I'm feeling a little overheated.
Deception check.
Deception check? My specialty.
Fucking.
You're fucking kidding me.
22.
Someone make me eat.
Come on out.
Talk about
Don't be shy.
Now I'm actually going to try and persuade.
Okay.
All right? I'd really like to just like push it home here. And just
Sure.
Be like,
Yeah.
Oh,
all right? I'm going to push it home.
I'm sorry, but I really feel a little nervous being trapped in this space with two men. Do you think maybe you could come to me? Really, I don't feel like 22.
Barrel, go and get her out. Sure.
Oh, thank you so
And
much.
you hear the sound of like this lumbering tall man begin to approach, and he gets right up at the edge of the crevice.
In the fog?
I'm casting silence.
In the fog, yeah.
You're casting silence?
Yeah.
What does that do?
So this
No
is
noise.
for up to 10 minutes, right? For the duration, no sound can be created within or pass through a 20-foot radius sphere centered on you. Any creature or object entirely inside the sphere is immune to thunder damage. Creatures are deafened while entirely inside it. Oh, damn it. That's not what I wanted.
So we
So
would,
I
we would
just
still
wanted-
create sound?
Well, how far apart are we?
I'll say roughly maybe from each other.
Like, are we from the other people?
5 feet.
5 feet? Okay,
He's on the edge of the crevice.
so
Or you're within 5 feet
You're
of
going
each
to walk
other.
that back?
I kind of want. I think I still
You can
want
walk that back if you want.
casted silence.
Do you want to
because
cast it on the
everybody's
other person?
deafened while entirely inside this sphere, right?
Would you cast it for them though?
Well, it would be within this sphere. Everybody's deafened.
Mace
Okay.
busts out a playing card deck and starts to play solitaire because he's completely fucking useless now.
All right. So
I want to
So-
attack this guy silently, so that
Okay.
the other one has to come forward,
What?
okay.
right?
So I'm going to put
So-
my gun down.
Licky.
No, you could use the gun.
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
What's going to happen is if you use the gun inside the silent space,
Exactly.
the other guy outside the circle won't hear
won't hear it.
All right, sick. Then I'm gonna look
Okay.
at Captain.
So I'm casting that.
Who gave this guy a gun?
I know.
I made it.
Freak.
you. In the Discord, it was his first
I know.
question.
I saw.
Can we have
Can we have
guns?
guns? Can we have guns? Can we have guns?
Exactly. So I'm casting that, and I'm giving you guys the all clear.
I'll pull my rapier out.
Can we time it together?
Yeah.
I wish
Yeah.
I could use my crossbow.
You guys, are you exiting the space?
He's,
I want to stay
he's
within
coming
the
up to
zone
us.
of the spell, and
Okay.
I'm hoping that he comes to us.
Yeah, he's approaching you. The silence goes out and envelops the space. He tries to speak, but he can't hear anything. What do you do?
Yeah, we fire on him.
Okay.
We hit him.
I'll attack.
Okay.
Nice.
I'm gonna ask you both for those attack rolls.
Can we do like in Daggerheart, the tag
Team attack.
Team attack.
Make attack rolls.
18.
Hits.
22.
Hits.
Cool.
Fuck.
That's gonna be.
But here's the thing.
Yeah.
Actually, no. That would be no, because you're using a ranged weapon. You're using a
Martial.
Martial.
Finesse.
finesse. So yeah. So in theory, you could like shoot between his legs or something. I'll allow it.
As these hits land, I'm reaching forward as they hit to cast inflict wounds.
I'm going to say no to that because you would have to reach past both of them.
Okay, understood.
And that
So
is
I'll
not
wait a
feasible for
second.
the space.
I'll wait a
Canonically,
second.
I wasn't
I'm
in the
gonna
front,
say
so I'm
the-
gonna say I was here. And do you want to like come up and stab over me like that?
Yeah,
can do
I'll
that.
just come right up over the
So
top.
these 2 attacks land. I'm going to say if you want to do anything else, you got to exit the space.
All right, I do 8 points of piercing damage on mine.
Perfect.
7 points of piercing on my bow.
Beautiful. You see this like large lumbering shape kind of move back, and you hear like the ending of a cry as he exits the silenced space. What would you like to do?
How far away is he still?
He seems maybe 5-10 feet, maybe.
Right. Is there any room for me to lunge forward as he's retreating and even like touch his foot?
No.
Well, I'm gonna say as
The
it
space is
happens,
way too thin.
After we fire and it lands, can we all roll out?
Yeah. Yeah, you
Yeah.
can exit.
Sure.
And the
Yeah, I'm
next
gonna
group
exit.
can.
Yeah, you guys, the 3 of you kind of like tumble out and enter this wide space. You see the walls, the ceilings, the floor are head to toe this odd black and sky blue colored coral. There are black spores in the air.
gross.
There is a large open mouth, a cave mouth at the end that seems to be over the water. You can see the sea out through this large opening. There is this odd coral all over the walls, and there are 3 figures in the room. A large, round man who now has a bullet wound and a slash in him and is reeling back. There is a tall, spindly man. And you hear that wider gentleman say, Derek! What the fuck? Help! And standing in the opening,
He's getting away.
his back to you, the larger man shouts, Derek, what the fuck? And looks back at this man, at who you presume to be Derek Phobum.
It's not. It's different.
I'm gonna cast Witch Bolt.
Before you do that,
He's gone.
You go.
I need you to make a perception check.
It's a different Derek. It's not the right Derek.
How many Dereks are there?
Derek.
Perception check?
Such a common
Suck a
name.
bag of Derek's.
Wow! Wow!
18.
Your memory
My
of
bad.
Derek.
Sorry, dirty 20.
Your memory of Derek.
This is
The proportions don't match. He's slightly taller, lankier. He carries himself differently. His hair is a different color, slightly longer.
How far away was he when I was looking? Did I have like a...
He's roughly 60 feet away from you now,
Okay. All right.
but that is enough to discern. It's not him.
no.
I'll withhold that spell.
It's not him.
So I won't be firing that then.
Are they reacting to getting shot?
They will be when we pick up next time.
Motherfucker!
Friends, audiences, beloveds, thank you
Enemies.
for joining us for our first installment of Wither and Bloom Studios' submission to Kraken Week 2024. Massive shout outs to, as always, Pocket Bard for providing our music. We love Pocket Bard in
We
this
love
his house.
Pocket Bard.
In addition to that, huge shout outs to Ginny D and Pointy Hat for hosting this awesome online event. We absolutely love you guys, and we want to throw our hat in the ring and maybe give you all some cool content to watch. Also, massive shout out to the team over at Limithron. I picked up this awesome little bestiary full of awesome seafaring googlies. Hopefully we'll be using some of their unique rules for those in the very near future. But until then, farewell from Three Ducks Tavern, and farewell from us. We'll see you next time for Kraken Week.
Eat protein.
Follow us.